Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell, episode number 58, man, live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is the platform Elevation 52 A Sports and Lifestyles. This is what it presents Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell every single Thursday. No, do it after 8:30. Let's get into it, man. The first episode in the month of July, man. It's great to be back. Great to be back. Looking forward to continue to give you great information. I'll be right back. Right. Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm back. But like I was saying, let's get into it, man. News and notes of the NBA. The free agency began this past week. Let's go over the big free agency. I think the thing that stands out is Miles Turner. I think him signed with the Milwaukee Bucks is definitely a big shocker in free agency because you look at his longevity and what he's done with the Indiana Pacers, man. I'm shocked that he's a new player for the Milwaukee Bucks, man. He's a new Milwaukee Bucks player. Obviously he's a replacement for Brook Lopez. He's now a Clipper. But I'm shocked by that move because I thought he'd get his money. He got a 4-year deal over 107 million, something like that. I'm shocked by that move. So I'm shocked that he would, be in that situation and go to that team. But again, that's the thing about it, man. It's a business. Can't keep everyone. But that was a shocker. I was shocked by that move by Milwaukee Bucks. Also, Milwaukee Bucks, they let go of Damian Lillard. They waived him. I think that maybe it's due to his injuries that he's been dealing with. But Milwaukee definitely made some moves. There's a lot of stuff going on in free agency. It started this past Monday, I believe. So that's the thing that stood out to me is the fact that Miles Turner, who played with the Pacers, that came one game away from winning the championship, and now he's no longer a Pacer. Now he's Milwaukee Buck. Also, Denver made some moves. They traded Michael Porter Jr. and an unprotected 2032 first round pick for Cam Johnson. An ideal fit for the offensive system because reason why is that the case is because Johnson is a knockdown shooter, 39% on threes in his career on high volume. While he doesn't have Porter's size, he much more is dynamic off the bounce. And also, they got Bruce Brown. He played with I think he played with the Denver Nuggets, I believe. So they trade Dario Saric for Valanciunas. No, I was saying his last name right. Also, they signed Tim Hardaway Jr. He's a capable shooter, so they try to improve their roster a certain way. See how that works out. For the Milwaukee Bucks, again, they got Miles Turner, took him away from the Indiana Pacers. They traded Pat Connaughton, got rid of Lillard. Is that good enough for Giannis to stay with Milwaukee? That's a good question. Um, that's the thing that stands out. Is they are a championship team? I don't think they are. I mean, Miles Turner definitely played in the finals last year, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not so sure. Tiger. Yeah. So like I said, a lot of moves made this week, trades, free agencies, a lot of signings, and I want to dive into that free agency. Again, Miles Turner leaving the Pacers for the Milwaukee Bucks. Shai Alexander got his extension, no surprise with his max. Jeremy Jackson Jr. got his. And James Harden is back with the Clippers. So stuff like that took place. Also, um, DeAndre Aiden, signed a 2-year contract with the Lakers. He got a buy with the Portland Trailblazers, so now he's a Laker. only 27. So see what happens with that move for the Lakers. And then you have Charlotte Hornets. They resigned guard Trey Mann, and they agreed to a 1 year deal with Spencer Dinwiddie. Again, Miles Turner, 4 years, 107 million, man. Amazing, amazing, a shocker. Now he's a replacement to Brook Lopez. Obviously, he's playing with the Clippers now, but that's still a shocker, man, to see him go. Was it enough to win a championship? I don't think so. We'll see. Turner is 29, so he's still in his prime. It's good, good, good pick for Milwaukee. I think definitely gonna improve their team. But championship, I'm not sure about that. Gotta have stars to win. But Denver definitely has made some moves. Denver, Tim Hardaway Jr. They trade away obviously Michael Porter Jr. They got Bruce Brown. He agreed to a 1 year, 3.63, 3.63 million dollar contract. Again, he played with the Nuggets a couple years ago, so he definitely was instrumental in their run, their title run. But like I said, I mean, everything looks good on paper. All the moves that have been made by the Nuggets, they definitely trying to go for it, try to rebuild, change things. As we gotta do sometimes, revamp the roster and keep moving forward. And they definitely made a lot of moves so far in this off season. Denver. I don't know what else is left. This is Branson around Jokic, Nikola Jokic, one of the best players in the game, maybe the best player again right now. Not against Shea Alexander, but that's the thing that stands out. You got Bruce Brown, Jonas Vasilinas, Hardaway, Tim Hardaway Jr. So see what happens. So some of the moves that was made in the news and notes aspect of things. Dennis Schroeder is with the Kings, point guard. I think he's a point guard. Kill Alexander Walker. He's now Atlanta Hawk. Luke Kennard. He's with the Atlanta Hawks. Brook Lopez signed a 2 year deal for 16 million with the Clippers. Kevon Looney signed with the Pelicans. He used to play with the Golden State Warriors. Ty Jerome is with the Memphis Grizzlies. Tyus Jones with the Orlando Magic. Finney Smith, Dorian Finney Smith is with the Houston Rockets. So that's added to what Kevin Durant got going along with him. D'Angelo Russell is now he's with the Mavericks. I guess that's some of the news and notes. I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna be long winded with this topic, news and notes in the NBA. All right, let's get into the next phase of talk about something is Major League Baseball regular season recap. Let's get into that. All right, let's get into the next phase of talk about some Major League Baseball. The baseball All Star break is coming up and coming. So look into Major League Baseball. I think there was some news I think about the All Star team. It's going to be in the All Star game. Now All Star games definitely lost its luster, but the All Star game, I think there was some yeah, the starters, yeah. So get got the starters out. Now the All Star game is going to be played in Atlanta on July 15th. So Cal Raleigh, the catcher of the Seattle Mariners, he's the Major League Baseball's home run leader. American League Rookie of the Year candidate Jacob Wilson of the Athletics will be in the starting lineup. So the Big Dumper, that's Riley's nickname. He's going to be in the All Star game, his first All Star selection. Oh, they had All Star game. Oh yeah, you do. Okay, so here's the All Star game starters. At DH for the National League, at DH, Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman, the first baseman of the Dodgers, Ketel Marte, Diamondbacks, Francisco Lindor of the Mets, shortstop. Third baseman is Manny Machado, the Padres, center, Will Smith, Dodgers, Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs, outfielder. The outfielder is Ronald Acuna Jr. and Cal Tucker of the Cubs. Okay, see for the American League, you got DH Brian O'Hearn of Orioles, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. of Blue Jays, the first baseman, second baseman, Lieber Torres of Tigers, shortstop, Jacob Wilson, Athletics, third baseman, Jose Ramirez, Guardians, center, Carl Cal Rowley, the Mariners, outfielder, Aaron Judge, the Yankees, outfielder, Riley Green of the Tigers, outfielder, Javier Baez of the Tigers. So the All Star game is already set up for as the stars are concerned. It's going to be starting on July 15th in Atlanta. So that's what's going to be taking place. So love the All Star game. Here's your treat. It's going to be taking how it's going to be going down. Let's look at the standings. Here's the standings. Got a tie in the American League East, man, between Toronto Blue Jays and the Yankees. So Toronto's in first place. They won four in a row. So they tied with the Yankees for the best record in the American League East, 48 and 38. 10th base only half a game behind, 48 and 39. See who guys the best record in baseball. The best record in baseball is Dodgers. Who else is new? But Detroit's playing very well in the American League. They got the best record in the American League, 54 and 33. They're looking really good. The only team that American League Central that has a winning record. Um, Houston is playing like Houston, 52 and 35. They're looking good. And then the National League, you got Philadelphia, 51 and 36 record. Um, 2 games up over the Mets. And the Cubs of Chicago, 3 games up over Milwaukee, 51 and 35. The best record in baseball is the defending champion, LA Dodgers, 8.5 games out. So they definitely separated themselves from the Padres and the Giants, 53, 55, and 32. They got the best record in baseball. Team stats: Aaron Judge leads the league in batting average, 363. Cal Raleigh leads the league in home runs with 33. Suzuki has the best. He's the best in runs batted in. Suzuki of the Cubs, 73 RBIs. Judge has the most hits, 115. Caballero of Tampa Bay got 30 stolen bases. I think Fried has him and Scuba of Detroit. Yankees Fried and Scuba has 10 wins apiece. And Brown of Houston has the best ERA, 1.83, 1.82, excuse me. Suarez as and Hader, Suarez of the Padres and Hader of Houston has 24 saves, and Crochet has 144 strikeouts, and Webb has 14 quality starts. The Dodgers batting average 262. Dodgers 136 home runs, 470 RBIs for the Dodgers. LA Dodgers has the most hits, 780, 113 stolen bases for Tampa Bay Rays. Dodgers 55 wins, and the Rangers 3.23 ERA. Most saves, Padres are 29. Most strikeouts, 844. Houston. Quality starts, 48. Philadelphia Phillies. All right, that's it. That's it. I think that's it. That's it for the baseball coverage. Also, last but not least, get close to on this day in sports history, July 3rd. Remembering Dave Parker, man. Dave Parker passed away, one of the all-time greats. Pittsburgh Pirates did a lot of big things for the Oakland A's. He passed away due to Parkinson's disease. Dave Parker. He's a big fella, man. 6'5", like ahead of his time. Passed away on June 28th. He was known as the Cobra. He had, I think he was supposed to be inducted to the Hall of Fame this year. I mean, he's a big time player. Started his career in 1973, played to 1991, seven-time All Star. He won two National League batting titles, won the national MVP. The MVP in 78, 1978, won the MVP. He was part of two World Series championship teams with the Pittsburgh Pirates in 79, then 10 years later with the Oakland A's. So batting average 290, had 2,712 hits, hit 339 home runs, drove in 1,493 RBIs. Most of his career was with the Pirates from 1973 to 1983. Played with the Reds from 84 to 87, and he was with the Oakland A's from 89 to 89. Then played 1 year with the Brewers and Milwaukee Brewers and the Angels 91, Blue Jays in 91. Yeah, I think he's supposed to have gone to the Hall of Fame this year. Also, he was the second professional athlete to earn an average of 1 million per year, having signed a 5-year, 5 million contract in January of 1979. So he was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. He died 29 days before he was to be inducted, unfortunately. So that's unfortunate. You're not gonna be able to see himself in the Hall of Fame. Also, he owned on the business side of things. He's a businessman. He owned several Popeyes chicken franchises in Cincinnati for about 22 years before selling them after his diagnosis with Parkinson's 2012. So he died of complications of that, unfortunately, at age 74. So rest in peace to one and only Dave Parker. I don't know why they call him the Cobra. I have no idea what that means, but it is what it is. One tidbit is this past July 1st marks the date as Bobby Bonilla Day. Now, if those who don't know who Bobby Bonilla is, he's a baseball player. He's played with the Pirates himself. Played with a lot of teams. Played with the Mets. Played with the Florida Marlins, the Dodgers, the Braves, the Cardinals, the White Sox, Orioles, teams like that. Six-time All-Star World Champion, 1997. Big, very, very good player. Definitely did his thing, Bobby Bonilla. But the thing about Bobby Bonilla is that he signed a contract years ago with the Mets, and until from 2011 to 2035, but Bobby Bonilla gets a check every July 1st because of the contract that he had with the Mets. He receives every July 1st $1.19 million. $1.19 million. He will be receiving these checks until he's 72 years old. That's his final check. That's what Bobby Bonilla Day is. Think about that. That's his day to get paid millions of dollars from the Mets for a contract that he signed. It's the most famous deferred deal in Major League Baseball history. But other players have received similar contract structures like Shohei Ohtani. But it's Bobby Bonilla, man. He's the originator of this kind of day, this situation in a sense. They negotiate him and his agent, Dennis Gilbert, negotiated a 25-year deferment payment plan with 8% interest starting on July 1st, 2011. He gets paid all the time. Think about that, man. You don't have to work for nobody. And you get millions every single year. Yep. Bobby Bonilla Day. That was this past July 1st. Every time July 1st comes, it's his day. Also, it says here that Bobby Bonilla has another contract deferred money with the Mets and the Baltimore Orioles, earning him $500,000 per year for 25 years. It began in 2004. There's other players that dealt with this kind of deferrals. Max Scherzer, Rafael Devers, Chris Davis, Manny Ramirez, Brett Shaverhagen. It's amazing. I mean, let's look at Max Scherzer. He receives $15 million annually from the team through 2028. And he currently plays with the Toronto Blue Jays. So he's still getting money from the Nationals. Rafael Devers, he signed a 10-year, $313.5 million contract extension in 2023 with $75 million in deferred payments. It's paid in $7.5 million installments twice a year through 2043. Now he's a San Francisco Giant. Chris Davis, he used to play with the Orioles, a slugger. He signed a 7-year, $161 million deal in 2016, including $42 million in deferred money. Those payments stretch from 2023 to 2037 for Davis, who last played in the majors in 2020. Manny Ramirez, in 2001, he signed a 8-year, $160 million deal with the Red Sox at the time, who agreed to defer 32 million over 16 years. So he received 2 million every year in that span. The last payment will come next year in 2026. He ended his career in 2011. Finally, Brett Saberhagen, the right field hander, retired in 2001, but he still receives $250,000 per year from the Mets. The first start in 2004 and the last to 2029. So Bobby Bonilla is not alone and getting these deferrals, including Shohei Ohtani. He signed a contract, 10 years, $700 million contract, but includes a series of unprecedented deferrals, paying him $68 million per year over 9 years. The deferred money is to be interest, paid out without interest, and gives the Dodgers payroll flexibility. But so it's not just Bobby Bonilla getting all these deferrals, man. I don't know if they do this in other sports, but this happens in baseball a lot. So it's a very interesting story about these history of deferred contracts in Major League Baseball. So I wanted to talk about that. I ain't expect to talk about that, but I think it's a good content, to talk about. So that's an interesting story like that. Right. So that's it, man, for the baseball. Dave Parker, rest in peace to him. Let's get into Honest Day in sports history quickly before I close out. For July the 3rd. July 3rd, this is 4th of July Eve. Tomorrow's 4th of July. Make sure you be safe out there, those who gonna be doing certain things. But this is July 3rd on the eve of 4th of July, which is tomorrow. Happy birthday, America. So let's get into it. Some of these moments that happened. American boxer Marvin Hart scored a 12th round KO of Jack Root in Reno, Nevada for the vacant world heavyweight title. This is in 1905 on his day. 1912, New York Giants pitcher Rube McCord ties Tim Keefe's 1888 Major League Baseball record 19-game winning streak with 2-1 win versus Brooklyn Dodgers. Has 21 with two in of season in 1911. Skip around, I'm not gonna go over everything. Skip around a little bit. But this is an interesting one. German boxer Max Schmeling beat American Young Strimling by TKO in 15 rounds in Cleveland in his first heavyweight title defense. First major fight broadcast live on national radio. Louis Tiant of the Cleveland Indians at the time was a pitcher that struck out Major League Baseball record 19 Minnesota Twins in a 1-0 win. With record for 10 inning game. Also recorded 32 Ks in consecutive games. 1970, California Angels pitcher Clyde Wright pitched a no hitter against Oakland A's in a 4-0 win. 1980, on July 3rd, the biggest Major League Baseball crowd in 7 years was at 73,096 as they watched Indians beat the New York Yankees 7-0 at Cleveland Stadium. Controversial New York Mets Major League Baseball star Darryl Strawberry threatens teammate for criticizes play on his day. He's now ordained minister. Gene Nelson of the Oakland A's became the first American League pitcher to steal a base since 1973 in a 9-8 win over Toronto Blue Jays. Well, that's it. That's it. I'm going to talk about what happened on July 3rd, 19. Excuse me, regardless of what year it is. July 3rd, what happened on this day in sports history. So that's it, man. You know what? Let's get into a bonus. The 4th of July. Since the 4th of July is tomorrow, let's go over what happened on the 4th of July, just tomorrow. Okay, in 1890, Wimbledon women's tennis, Lena Rice became the only Irish female to win at Wimbledon, beating May Jack 6-4, 6-1. This happened on July 4th, which is tomorrow. 1905, Baseball Hall of Famer pitchers Rube Waddles of the A's and Cy Young of Boston matched up in 20 inning classic, and Philadelphia won 4-2. July 4th, Canadian World Heavyweight Boxing Champion Tommy Burns knocked out Bill Squires of Australia in round one in Coma, California's sixth title defense. I have it on July 4th. 1908, Major League Baseball history, New York Giants pitcher George Hooks Wiltsey pitched a no-hitter against Philadelphia Phillies, winning 1-0 in 10 innings. Missed a perfect game by hitting one batter with the pitch in the Polo Grounds, New York City. The fight of the century on July 4th took place in 1910. Fight of the century where Jack Johnson beat James J. Jeffries by TKO in 15 rounds in Reno, Nevada to retain his world heavyweight boxing title. 1911, on July 4th, Chicago White Sox pitcher Ed Walsh halted Ty Cobb's 40-game hitting streak as Cobb went 0 for 4 in a 7-3 win over Detroit Tigers at Bennett Park. I'm going to go over everything, but just some that stood out. Jack Dempsey in 1919 beat champion Jess Willard, retired in third round to lead Ohio for World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, this is the most famous day, famous moment on 4th of July. Lou Gehrig was the first Major League Baseball player to have his number retired at number 4 that he wore on his appreciation day on Yankee Stadium. We made the iconic uh, speech, luckiest man speech when he said, "Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth." I think that's um, the iconic speech that he made on the 4th of July. I'm gonna make sure I'm accurate with that before I close out. Lou Gehrig. Yes, July 4th, 1939. He say, "Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth." That's iconic, man. When he says that stuff. Yeah, today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. That's iconic. That took place on the 4th of July. Let's keep moving. 1939, Red Sox third baseman Jim Tabor hit record tying two grand slams in one Major League Baseball game, 18-12 win versus the Phillies. 1950, Boston Braves slugger Sid Gordon tied Major League Baseball season grand slam record, four of them of the grand slam that was hit, the bases loaded hit versus the Phillies. Trying to get through these, I ain't trying to go to everything. Okay, 1960, Mickey Mantle of the Yankees hit three-run homer versus Washington, 18th Major League Baseball player to become no the part of the 300 home runs hit club. So that was a milestone for him, 300 hit home runs. Okay, Nolan Ryan on July 4th of Houston Astros fans read Cesar Geronimo to become the fourth pitcher to have 4,000 Major League Baseball strikeouts. Dave Righetti on July 4th, 1983, pitched a no hitter against the Boston Red Sox, winning 4-0 at Yankee Stadium. I think that's basically it. Yeah, so I'm truly done, officially done, man. Happy 4th of July to all who tuned in today for Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell. I'll be back next Thursday. Check out the recent article that I wrote. Check it out. You can look for it yourself. All the articles, not just the recent ones, but any articles that you want to try to look at and read from yours truly, Rashad Mitchell. You can check it out on e5280sports.com. Check out the article, the recent articles that I've written. Check it out. Look out for the new one that's coming soon. I'll be writing that maybe tomorrow, and that'll be out real soon, sometime next week. So check it out on e52asports.com. So that concludes episode number 58 of Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell. Be back next Thursday. May do a show like that of this ilk in the afternoon, July 10th, instead at night. So see what happens with that. Keep moving. So that's it, man, for the start of July, the first episode of the month of July. As these episodes tend to pile up, man. Next week gonna be episode number 59. So these episodes definitely piling up. It's great. Be part of this platform and looking forward to next week. So until then, have a good night.